We'll kick off from our right to our left, from south to north, and that's going to sail into the end zone. North Farmington will begin first and 10 at their own 20-yard line with a new look tonight in the offense. Number 8, Bill Coleman Jr. Takes over under center for the injured Thomas Balazovic, and he'll see if he can't come up with some solutions for a Raider team which has been, since week 3 of last season, an enigma. We saw him get beat 68-14 last week here against Caledonia, the worst loss in terms of points allowed in Raider history. In fact, the last 2 games that North Farmington has played here at Ron Holland Field, they have been defeated 56-0. That was the season finale against Traverse City a year ago, and just last week by Caledonia. So they're looking to get their first win of the year. They've started with a loss on the road at Groves, and of course the blowout loss last week. We'll see if they can't get things together here tonight against the Torrey Colts. The first carry of the ball game is Taylor, and he'll number 4, and he'll just pick up a yard or so to bring up a second down and 9. Actually, they're going to credit him with no gain at all. Second down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Everybody's hoping, to pick up a yard, you only got to pick up an inch. All you got to do is move that football until the nose of the ball is not on a yard, or actually the tail of the ball is not on a yard line. But they got no gain whatsoever. It's spotted right there on the 20-yard line as we were just underway on a classic football Friday night. Crystalline skies, Mill throwing into the left flat, caught out there, first down yardage just beyond the 30-yard line. Parpart. You see him jogging back to the huddle, making that reception, number 3.
Good for a gain of 8 yards and a Raider first down.
And first down at 10 on that pickup. Let's call it 11 yards out to the 31-yard line. The Raiders get their first down of the football game, and as we say, I know people, they like the crisp fall autumn evenings. That's their favorite night, colors changing. But I'll tell you, you cannot beat this. Not a cloud in the sky, clear, crystalline skies, blue. Somebody look up crystalline for me. Not sure I used it. Here we go. A nice gain on first down. The ball carrier is Jaden Taylor, and Taylor out to near the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 4 on that play, second down 6. So just underway here in the first quarter. But let's remember, a week ago at this point, the Raiders were down 8-0. Caledonia scored 3 touchdowns on their first 8 snaps, their first 8 plays from scrimmage last night. As we can take a nice look at the replay by Jaden Taylor, number 4, top running back for the Raiders in this offense. Straight I formation. The line is loaded. Coleman Jr. rolling. Eludes a tackler. Remember, he can move the football with his legs as well. And he does here for a minimum gain, a couple of yards out across the way and out of bounds. See where they spot this football. Looks to me like it's going to be about the 37. Let's wait to find out. No, he's back at the 34, so he must have stepped out across the way, and it's a loss of a couple of yards on that play. And it means third down and 8. Coleman has gotten the play from the bench. You see him trotting back to the huddle along with number 11, the wide receiver, Robert Bridges. So third down and long for the Raiders as they picked up the first down of the night a couple of plays ago, and now we say third and long, and Kelman looking to run around the near right end. He's close to the first down, very close to the first down. I think maybe he got it. He did. They're moving the chains. He's out to the 42-yard line. That's an 8-yard pickup for Bill Coleman Jr. And the second first down of the football game. You see him right there. His first start at quarterback, the son of the legendary Harrison star and Michigan State star, Bill Coleman, and we just call him Bill Coleman Jr. Don't be limping, Bill. Oh, there's a penalty on the play. There's a flag. So the first down, it never happened. It was a hold downfield, a spot foul. So they bring it back to the 32-yard line, and third down and 9 is the result of that. So a hold penalties like that killed the Raiders last week. Although, frankly, they weren't going to beat Caledonia no way, no how. And a team comes in and puts a 68-4 licking on you, or 68-14. It's a mismatch. And we talked about that. Talked with Coach Herstein about that and other topics. Part of the game tonight. Coleman is okay. He was just at the near sideline getting the play from the staff. That's fourth down. Or no, why? No. Now, had a little trouble with the the down marker across the way. They had it to fourth. And that's a sore spot with me after we butchered that call in the last play of the Michigan game, the Farmington game on opening night. But now they've got it set. Third down, almost 10, but third down and 9 officially. Coleman, who ran the right side last time, will try the left side this time, and I think he got it. Depends on the way they mark him out of bounds.
Coleman was the ball carrier.
I think he may have picked that up. I'm looking for the spot across. He did. That's a 12-yard gain by Coleman up to the 43-yard line. First and 10 Raiders. Well, how about that?
Raiders first down.
I cannot read the time on the scoreboard to my left. It's the only one. I think a couple of light bulbs are burned out. So I'm sorry. I cannot tell you. I will hope that once darkness sets in, and that's a little less than an hour now here in southeastern Michigan, that I'll be able to pick up those lights. But we're early. It's North Farmington's first possession of the game next week. Speaking of Farmington, they're coming off a 44-0 whooping on the road against Royal Oak. And these two teams will meet the North Farmington Raiders and the Farmington Falcons 1 week from tonight at Falcon Field. You bet we're going to have that one for you here on TV 10. All right, a little bit of power running across the way, and 3 or 4 Troy tacklers are there. And the tackler, the ball carrier, Gardner, number 6, P.J. Gardner, will pick up about 2. Now you see here, they go with a motion set, bit of a full house backfield. And just a gain of a couple of yards. Yeah, I'm on the air. Okay. Thanks. All right. Second down, carry gets that football.
Raiders tackled by Marcus Bowles.
Out near midfield. Taylor with yet another carry. Well, he's the workhorse. And he gets that football out, let's say, the 49-yard line. Another third down here and 4. And in the truck, directed to you guys, I've received information from a viewer that I'm not being heard. I should have asked if he had probably the guy had the TV on mute. But anyways, if we could run that down. Is the audio going out? We'll figure it out. 3rd and 4 though here at Holland Field. Out of the gun, direct snap, Coleman, first down yardage inside the 45-yard line. Well, we'd say Coleman is a dual threat, although we can't really say that yet because the yards he has gained have come on by him rushing the football, but the first down that North Farmington picked up was that 10-yard completion as they converted a 3rd and long in a drive that's sort of where the drive began at the 20-yard line. So the Raiders into Troy Colts territory, and they've got the football at the Colts 44. No score here, first possession of the football game. As you see the difference between the sun and the shade, we're going to pick up a loss on this play. It's Coleman faked the pitch. And there were a couple, 3 Troy Colts who came in unblocked. And that'll be a significant loss on that play on first down, all the way back to the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the loss. The line to gain is the 34. So third down, I'm sorry. I should know. Second down. Second down is 17. Troy coming in, they're undefeated. They beat L'Anse Creuse North 14-3 in week 31, and then last week shut out Detroit Mumford 17-0. So they've scored 31 points, only given up 3. Second and 17 for North Farmington here as they play out of the shadows. Now Coleman, the left-handed thrower, gets that pass away, broken up though,
Coleman's
and
pass was
incomplete.
incomplete, intended for Quinn Parpart. Broken up by Nick Friesen.
Parr, the intended receiver, never had a chance, as the ball never arrived in timely fashion or otherwise. That's a good look at the clock. 6:24 left to go. And you see the problem I'm having here in the booth because it's in the sunshine, and there are a number of lights burnt out, and I can't pick them up over here. All right, it's going to be 3rd down, 17 to go for the Raiders. Still looking for their first win this season. Still looking for their first win since last October. They've dropped 8 in a row. Coleman running against the grain, throws, I think it came loose. I think Taylor had a shot at it there, but he couldn't come up with the catch. Wouldn't have been a first down anyways, the play occurring down about the 40-yard line, so that's 6 yards shy of the line to gain. So 4th down, and back to punt it away is Vinnie Lee, number 15. So, a decent opening drive for the Raiders. They, at one point, had gained 36 yards on the drive. A 7-yard loss knocked them back into their own territory, but they had a few plays. They showed some promise. Lee has got time to get that kick away. It's a little short, though. And it's going to bounce. Jesus could take it the wrong way, bounce, right?
Vinnie Lee's punt was down by Anderson Scalati.
Scalati downed it, but it's at the 40 or the 41-yard line. 41. So that's an 11-yard punt. Ten-yard punt, actually. Yeah. All righty. Well, hey, maybe it's the last time that young Vincent will have to punt tonight. He's going into a bit of a win, but not a big one. So these things happen. All right. Let's get going. Troy's first possession of the football game out of an offset eye. Good yardage, an 8-yard pickup across the way by J.P. Markowitz. Here you see him, number 20. Colt colors are silver and black. They're wearing the predominantly white roadies, right? Quarterback is number 12, Parker Brandenburg. They've got full coverage, a rainbow-type formation all the way across the field, but same man who carried on first down will carry on second. It'll dive forward for the first down. Markowitz will. Sophomore running back, not huge, 5'10", 160. J.P. Markowitz has carried the ball on both of Troy's snaps so far tonight. He's picked up a dozen yards. First down, and Troy goes into Raider territory at the 48. We'll keep you up to date on the other games around the OAA Blue tonight. I promise. I just have to bring up my Twitter feed, and we'll figure it out, right? Falcons are taking on Troy Athens tonight. Flag comes in late on that play, which went for no gain. Again, Markowitz on the carry.
Markowitz was the carrier. Tackled by Corey Woods. Flag on the play.
So that flag was thrown right around the line of scrimmage, and you often think when you see it, it's a hold, and they're walking it off against Troy, and it is holding against the Colts.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty.
So they're back to the 42. The down remains the same. I think that's his Led Zeppelin album. It's not. The song remains the same. It's the Led Zeppelin album, but it's the 1st and 20 now for Troy. And those holding penalties that kill you. Any coach will tell you that. Coach Herstein, I talked to him at length about how the team responded this week to the shenanigans here last week at Ron Holland Field where they got beat 68-14, and it was as much a blowout as the score makes it sound. Just a couple of yard gain here by Block, second down 18. But he said, well, all teams will do this, right? They will. Once X date passes, you can't think about the game that you just played. You have to think about the game that's coming up. Michigan and Michigan State, they always have a 24-hour rule. All right, enjoy it, grieve over it for 24 hours, and then on to the next opponent. The players have the weekend off in high school football, so they've got until, well, the first meeting on Monday when they look at the film to, well, get over it. Pass overshoots the intended receiver, in this case Bryce Parker. In coverage was Miles Hancock. And 3rd and 17 now. 3rd and 18, I'm sorry. Scoreboard says 3rd and 19. Maybe they were right. But you get the idea. 3rd and a long, long way to go here for the Troy Colts. And he said the Raiders had a good week of practice, satisfying week of practice. The main point he wanted to make is that Caledonia showed his team, showed the North Farmington Raiders that you got to go hard for 60 minutes, okay? There's no let-up out there. And he thinks that some of his young players maybe didn't know the meaning of going full out. And they learned that lesson against Caledonia. Pass is incomplete. A little shot delivered down there by Coleman Jr. on the intended receiver, Nolan Block. So that'll bring up 4th down. And it'll be up to Troy. They get 1 first down on their first possession, and they will punt it away. Line of scrimmage is the Troy 43. So Coleman, as a lot of players, as you know, in high school football play both ways, offense and defense. Coleman just got a lick in on defense, and that leaves us to ponder the question of whether or not that will affect his play on offense. Sometimes a good hit like that will get you right in the game. It looked like maybe an opportunity to block that punt by Zach Penoza. But instead it's that's a real nice, they might have let it go in the end zone. But they don't. Or did they? No, they said it bounced out at the 5. I was watching the ball dribble towards the pylon, and I thought maybe the Troy players hadn't covered it quickly enough. But, wow, that's a great punt there by Troy's Zach Penosa. Give him a total of 51 yards on it.
Don't forget to stop by the
maybe that wind down there is a little stronger than I think it is. The Raiders had a 10-yard punt going left to right, and here right to left. Penosa just dropped it at the 5-yard line. So the Raiders, who had their moments on their first possession of the ballgame, take over 1st and 10, own 5-yard line with 2:55 left to go here in the opening quarter at Holland Field. It's been a long time since the Raiders won a ballgame here at Holland Field. And while that 6-game losing streak last season, and they've dropped 2 to start this season, there were a number of close games last year as Coleman on the keeper gets 3.
Ball was carried by Mill Coleman, tackled by Kyle Parker.
Well, we're starting to see that sun go down, and now virtually the entire field is in shade. But the visiting stands on the east side are bathed in the waning sunlight. It has been, it's just been a perfect day. We've had a few of them consecutively here. Very nice. But Coach Erstein, who started 19-4 in his North Farmington career. Remember, he was an assistant coach at Harrison for a dozen years. Got the head coach. He's in his 4th season at North Farmington. And that, great start, 19-4. Anybody will take that all day long. But with the 8 straight losses now, he's lifetime 19-12 as a coach of the Raiders. And yeah, it is a bit of a head scratcher because of the way they started last year. They were just dominant. This is going to be close, but I think short of the first down. Taylor on the carry, number 4. Tried that. It's close. Okay, I don't. Raiders are saying they got it. I think we're gonna have a measurement here. Hey, here's something that somebody could explain to me. Why are there no measurements in the National Football? You never see a measurement in the NFL anymore. So I'm thinking they've done something with the chains where they can, look through some sort of a device in the chain itself, or in the forward line to gain marker, and tell right away whether or not it is. Even the close ones tell whether or not it has made it. Now, did I speak too soon? It says 4th down. Yeah, they're going to measure this. Okay, so one official. There's a little disc that's on the chain. Chain's, of course, 10 yards long. And the official will take that disc and line it up with one of the yard lines, in this case the 10. And then when they get to the ball, he'll place that disc on the yard line, and they'll stretch out the chains fully. That's so they get an accurate walk, especially in a case like this, when they're coming all the way across the field. So let's see. Let's get in tight on this one, guys. See what we got. This is a big one. All right. First down here for the Raiders would be huge. That's a great shot, guys. They're short. You can see they're short. Not by much, but they're short. Now, Coach, unless I'm looking at it wrong, Coach Erstein says we made it. You saw him there signaling, but it looks to me, move your foot, Mr. Official. It looks short to me. You just saw it there briefly, but the 4th and inches signal by the official indicated it's really close. Really close. I don't know. You're still in that situation where the wind's against you, but if you don't make it, it's a red zone. It's effectively a red zone turnover. It's a turnover on downs. Troy would have the ball in the red zone, but again, Coach has got to believe his team can pick up, and really it's just 2 or 3 inches, if that. Coach Erstein saying, hey, we've got it, and they disagree, but that's close. Let's see. But the offense stays on the field, guys. Coleman is going to come up, the quarterback, number 8. PA man says 4th and an inch. And a timeout being called. It's Troy. They want to get a different defense out there.
Timeout called by Troy.
They may have had their punt team out. They're assuming that a team at its own 15-yard line would automatically punt. So here we are late in the first quarter of a scoreless football game.
Order online today at
and it is 4th and 1. Don't believe that scoreboard right now. Normally accurate, but right now it's 4th down, 1 to go from the 15-yard line. The line to gain is the 15. And the Raiders are just, they say, you heard it, 1 inch away. And when it's close enough that the coach who's standing right there says, we got it, it's close. So, in our panoramic shot right there, on the left side of the screen, you can see the Raider cheerleaders, right? Very impressive. In terms of, their routine was very nice during the fight song, but I think the most impressive thing about that, there's 24 of them down there, so that's wow. It's one of the larger cheerleading squads I've seen at a high school game. Coleman, number 8, coming up under center. Here we go, 4th down and just an inch. Man in motion is Taylor. Check it, that's Parpart, number 3. I wonder if they're trying to draw Troy off. Yeah, they are. So they call timeout.
Farmington, their first timeout of the half.
I'm just as if from a fan perspective, I'm saying go for it. Of course, then if you turn out to, lose by any points that Troy may score, if you don't pick it up and they start at their opponent 15, then you're like, well, really bad call. But I don't know. You haven't won. It's just an inch. What would you do if you were John Herstein right now? You see him right there in the middle of the frame in the brown shirt. He's got his headphones on. Always a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk to Coach Herstein. If you had a kid playing at North Farmington High School under John Herstein, you as a parent would sleep well at night. I'm trying to see if I'm getting any sort of a clue here from the formation, because number 4, Jaden Taylor, is way back off the line of scrimmage. Man coming in motion. It's Taylor on the give. I don't know. It's one of those that's going to depend on the forward progress. Both teams say they own the football. He got hit right at the line. He only needed a yard, though, and he got it. A 1-yard gain on 4th and an inch by Jaden Taylor. I'm sorry, they're saying it was Scalati, number 5, Anderson Scalati, on that carry, and what a key carry it was. Picks up the first down. Raiders 4th tonight, and they drive. The most important thing is they maintain possession, and the drive is indeed still alive. My goodness. Well, hey, I was the one up here, roll the dice, and they did, and it paid off. All right, 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 16-yard line. We're scoreless. We're late in the quarter, under 50 seconds left to go in it. No score as the Raiders take on the Troy Colts. It's the division opener. OAA blue for both teams. Caught down there, and a big gain for the Raiders out to the 34-yard line on that catch by Quinn Harpart. Coleman finds Harpart.
Gain of 19 yards. Another Raiders first down.
And as you heard, 19 yards the gain. And North Farmington has another first down, number 5. As we go under 30 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Ball right on the 35-yard line. Pitch to Taylor. Cutting it back up inside. Takes it to the second level, and he's out to the 42, maybe the 41.
Ball carried by Jaden Taylor. Tackle was led by Nick Friesen and Ben
That's
Duda.
a 7-yard pickup to the 42, and there's a flag. They threw a flag down there. I don't know if that was to denote the end of the quarter, or it might be a sideline warning on Troy. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, the quarter's over. They won't have to make a long walk to change directions. As you see, the Raiders at their own 42-yard line. It was a well-played first quarter of football here at Holland Field. It results, as you see, in a scoreless football game. I'm going to actually look this up officially. I want to know the date of the Raiders' last victory. It was September 10th, so a year ago tomorrow. So I guess that would be a storyline, wouldn't it? If the Raiders fail to win tonight, they will have gone a calendar year without a victory. And remember, last year they were dominant last year. They opened by beating Farmington 49-6. Lake Orion came in here, and you'd think that we all thought, Lake Orion, good team, going to be a battle. They blew them out 44-22. It was only that close because Lake Orion scored a couple late. They beat Groves the following week 49-0, and then came the 6 straight losses, and then the 2 to start this year. So an 8-game losing streak, all told. Coleman Jr. up under center, straight eye formation, no mystery here. They're going to run it up the middle. Taylor gets 6. Juggled the ball a little bit as he fell to the turf, but he's out to the 46.
Ball was carried by P.J. Gardner.
That's a first down
4
pickup.
Yards and another Raiders first down.
It's all 1st and 10 North Farmington at the 46. A little bit more of a spread formation with flankers to each side. And about a 3-yard pickup for P.J. Gardner on first down.
P.J. Gardner, the ball carrier. Tacklers led by Jackson Dawson.
Well, we can right out to midfield on that carry, actually. Give him a gain of 4 on first down, second down and 6. Line to gains the Troy 44. The first 2 weeks we had nice team nickname stories to tell you. We'll go into that in a moment. Right now the action is underway, and the only setback, muscling forward, Anderson Scalati.
Ball carried by Anderson
And he gets
Scalati.
6, maybe 7. It's first down yardage.
Good for a gain of 6 yards and another Raiders first down.
He's down just inside the 44 to the, well, let's call it the 44 right there. First down and 10 to go for the Raiders. We're starting to muscle up with that running game. It was Scalati who carried the football on that make it or break it 4th and an inch from his own 15-yard line, and he picked up a yard. And that kept this particular drive alive. It's the key play in the football game right now. Coleman Jr. tries the right side, gets a couple.
Will Coleman carried the
He's
ball.
brought down by Nash
Jackson Dawson
Ori
and
Ray Mazraku. Now the sun again, half the stands across the way. You see just the little segment of the stands on the far side that's still in sunshine, and nice little wind blowing. And it may get chilly before this one's over, which I did not consider, frankly. Wearing a nice summer shirt. My nice Tommy Bahama Michigan State baseball shirt. Be up in East Lansing tomorrow as the Akron Zips are in town. I think that's Taylor. And Taylor inside the 40 to the 38. Bring up 3rd and 4. But I'll tell you what, that's what Coach Erstein will be asked about after this one is that decision to go for it pretty much in the shadow of your own goalpost at the 15-yard line, and they picked it up. And I think when you're on a losing streak like this, you got to shake things up a little, right? Flip side of that coin is if you don't pick it up, maybe you've done yourself harm. Coleman fakes the handoff to Taylor. Trying the near side, he got tripped up. Got tripped off, lost a couple back to the 40-yard line. Doing the tripping was Mazrico, number 55, Ray Mazrico. If Coleman could have beaten him, he'd have had that first down. So 4th down. Now the Raiders have the wind at their back. Remember, Troy got off a 65-yard punt, the first, and the only time they've had to punt so far tonight. But that was with that wind, which again, you look at the flags, and they're not moving much. But you feel it up here in the booth, and it seems to be, it's brisk. It's a decent wind. However, on 4th and 5, it certainly looks like the Raiders are thinking about going for it. And they're gonna think some more. Timeout number 2 called here.
Their second timeout of the half.
By Coach Herstein. Let's get on the Twitter. This is how things work in the booth. We get on Twitter, we take a look and see if we can find scores from around the OHA. And by the way, I highly recommend OAA Jake to follow for news about the Oakland Activities Association. That's a little unsolicited thing for Jake there, but he's on top of it. Unless he's lying. He's not. He's a good man. He's a lot of fun. And he gets us the scores from other. Here we are. It's Jake at OAA Scouts. All right, Ferndale and Royal Oak scoreless in the second. Groves leading Oak Park 21-12 at the half. And I think that's going to be all we have for right now. because the next tweet I come up with is 2 days ago, and that's not going to contain any up-to-date scoring information. We're trying to find a score on Farmington against Troy Athens, of course. And it's the Raiders and it's the Falcons in what used to be called the Old Yule Log game. It used to be the season finale for these two schools, and they had held it pretty much consecutively from 1961 into the 1990s. And then, league changes, division changes, and to put an end, as you see in college football, like Nebraska, although they will this year, Nebraska not playing Oklahoma every season. And it was the big rivalry game here in Farmington. And, well, my senior year, we came in and beat the Raiders 28-0. I formation on 4th down and 4. Coleman rolling right. Sets up, throws with that left arm, no. Undershot the intended receiver, and it goes incomplete.
Turnover on down.
And the intended receiver, I think that's Quinn Parpart, number 3. I think it is. Yeah, it is. So they turn it over on downs, the Raiders. And Troy, decent field position out near the Raider 40-yard line at the 39. But that's a lot better for North Farmington than giving Troy possession at their own at North Farmington's own 15. So they, again, a decent enough drive for North Farmington, but no points result from it. Halftime tonight at Raider Field will certainly have the Raider marching band for you and anything else that they care to offer us during the break. And by I'm talking pom-pom squad, cheerleaders themselves. Again, impressive. 24 members out there. And well coached, you can tell. Tackle, I think, at the line of scrimmage. I was thinking maybe for a moment in the backfield. Is up to make the stop was Thomas Thicady, among others.
Carried by Drew Oliver.
And the carry by Oliver goes for no gain. And they moved it a little bit. If they even moved a little bit above the line, beyond the line of scrimmage, it's a yard gain. That's what this is. Out to the 40. That ball carrier, number 22 for Troy, Drew Oliver. 2nd down and 9. A scoreless football tonight at Ron Holland Field. Boy, I'll tell you, coming in to lay the lumber was Corey Woods, number 9. He put the wood to the ball carrier, Drew Oliver. Oliver will get a gain of 4, maybe 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. So like number 9, not leading with the helmet, which, of course, it's a penalty now. That's targeting. They're taking that out of the game, but he led with his shoulder, and he knocked the running back, Oliver, back, and Oliver had momentum. Well, he was brought down right there. 3rd down, 5 to go for Troy. They're on their own side of the field at the 44-yard line. Brandenburg throws. Boy, he extended that play, right? And he's able to find a man open downfield. It's a completed pass.
There's a flag in the backfield.
Flag, though, in the backfield. I believe that was Bryce Parker, number 8, who caught the ball. But a flag way back in the backfield.
Penalty
and it's a hold against Troy.
Against Troy.
So while they converted seemingly the 3rd and long, but it was the hold that bought the quarterback Brandenburg time. And so it's a 10-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul against Troy. That brings the football back inside the 30 to the 28. And the line to gain is all the way out near midfield at the 49. So 3rd and 21. 3rd down, 21. I just get it in my head that when there is a non-conversion of a 3rd down, the down box moves to 4. But everybody knows, it's on a holding penalty like that, the down doesn't change. That ball thrown into traffic, batted around a little bit like badminton, and it falls incomplete. So it's 4th and 21 now for Troy. And on 4th and 21, you punt. Zach Penoza in to do the kicking for the Colts. He's number 1, and he had that nice 60-yarder the first time he was called upon to punt. This will be his second attempt, and this one into the wind. Troy a little late getting their 11th member of the punt team onto the field, but they do. The Raider receivers back at their own 45-yard line. Good snap. Boy, they almost got to it nonetheless. The ball, nice play by Coleman to move up and make the catch at about the 47-yard line. Raiders territory at the 47, but Coleman with that fair catch. A nice job to come up quickly on the football, lest it bounce on the turf. And you know, footballs, the oblong thing, can bounce 20 or 30 yards after it hits the AstroTurf. So Coleman prevents that from happening. 1st and 10, Raiders out near midfield. They'll scrimmage from their own 47-yard line in this scoreless football game on this lovely Friday night at Holland Field. We're about midway through the second quarter, as a matter of fact. 5:25 left to go in it. My name's Rich Kincaid. We got a great crew for you here tonight. Jim Sturdy is in the house. One of the great TV 10 guys. If there's a TV 10 Hall of Fame, and why isn't there? Sturdy will be in there. And I was thinking about it. I don't know if we have a timeout or a penalty. Yep, timeout number 3 by the Raiders. How good were they? I've been here 15, 16 years, right? How good were the guys before me? Okay, and I think I'm the second guy. I think I'm only the second guy to do this job. Maybe I'm wrong. TV 10's only been televising football games for so long. So I'm thinking, and so if I'm better than the guy that came before, and I may not be, but that would make me the greatest TV 10 football broadcaster of all time. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking about that this afternoon, other than obviously to, massage my own ego, which, for the record, is huge and which needs a lot of massaging. Anyways, we got Sean Nick is back there working in the studio. Sean McGuckin. I told them in the truck I was a little annoyed because they've got everybody in the crew listed and my name's last. So I guess that says all we need to know about best TV 10 announcer ever. Oh my, how can you put me last? I'm the talent. Hey, I had trouble with the guy at the gate again tonight. We can talk about that as the night develops. Oh, they're going to kick me out of here one of these nights. Somebody will have to come in and finish the game. Oh, next week I get the cataract surgery. So I'm really hoping, it's Wednesday, and I'm really hoping I can call that game on Friday night. I haven't missed a North Farmington game in 16 years, I guess. All right. 1st and 10, Raiders at the 42 after it's a trickeration. A little fake here, a little fake there. Coleman's in big-time trouble, picks up some blocks, keeps the play alive with his legs, and gains about 3 yards. Well, how about that? Maybe 4. No, I'm sorry. I just got back to the line of scrimmage. I lost my yard marker. I lost my yard line. Then for all that, with the misdirection and the fake handoff, and because in motion, that was number 11, Robert Bridges. It looked like Coleman was going to hand to him on a sort of a sweep, and he didn't. And he counted on the misdirection to leave him a lane. And good job by the Raiders to come back and make some blocks. But after all that, it's no gain. The best no gain of the season so far. And it's actually they lost to 3. So 2nd down and 13 from the 44. Coleman in deep trouble, deep behind the line of scrimmage again. And again, he will lose yardage. And this is going to be a significant loss to the 38. So a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down and 19. So what does Coach Herstein have have in the playbook for 3rd down and 19. Most coaches will tell you they don't have a play in the playbook for 3rd down and 19. Empty backfield, Coleman sets up 5-6 yards behind center. Slaps his hands, gets the ball up the middle. He goes, caught by the tight end down there to the 41-yard line. That's close to a 1st down. Vinny Lee just came off the line, took that seam right up the middle, picks up 20, and the Raiders, well, they did have a play for 3rd and 19. They had a 20-yarder in the playbook on the laminated card. The pass from Coleman to Vinny Lee picks up 20 yards, 1st and 10, North Farmington, and now they're at the Troy 42-yard line. That's the kind of play that turns a ball game around. This is a scoreless ball game, and we're down to 4:45 left to go before halftime, and Taylor, a solid gain on 1st down before he's brought down by Jalen Peacock.
Taylor tackled by Jalen Peacock.
5 yards to pick up, 2nd and 5. Well, Vinny Lee, who had that 10-yard punt earlier in the ball game, listed as just the kicker and defensive end, but they had him in there at tight end on that play, 6'3", 190 and a junior. And he picked up the 20 yards, and Taylor's had a lot of carries. He'll get another one right here, bursts to the 2nd level, and down to the 26-yard line. It's another 1st down for North Farmington. Let's give him a gain of 14. Down to the
good for a gain of 7
28.
Yards. Another Raiders 1st down.
So now, after completing the, they've had 2 interesting pickups tonight, haven't they? The Raiders converting a 4th and less than a yard, and picking up, converting a 3rd down and at 19 to keep this drive alive. They won't get anything on 1st down right here, though. Up the middle went Duke Blanche, a sophomore.
Tackled by
nothing there. 2nd and 10. So, again, Rich Kincaid in the booth, last on the list. You guys. But, gosh, we have Amiri with us on the crew, and Sanvi, Anoya, Shawns, Donald, Brooke, Hank, Jaden, William, Emily, Nathan. Good guy, Nathan. Well, good gal, Emily. And that's Jim Sturdy, Sean McGecken. How can we go wrong tonight at Holland Field? No, Taylor's not going to get much. He'll lose a yard or 2. So 3rd and long coming up. 3rd and maybe 12. Watch the left side of the offensive line, and they just didn't get any coverage there against the left side of that Troy defense, while the right side, if you know. There were some blocks that weren't affected there, and it'll be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11, line of scrimmage is Troy's 28. Troy undefeated this season with the wins over Lance Cruz and Mumford. They've outscored their opponents 31-3 this year, and the Raiders winless this season, 0-2. The blitz, and it's I'm not sure, all kinds of flags. There was a face mask in there somewhere. It was caught by Scolati, Anderson Scolati, and I don't know, 3-4 penalty flags came in. It was a play effectively for no gain. But we're going to need to see who's guilty of the foul here. Not every night you see 3 flags on a play. Face mask against Troy. It'll be a 1st down. Well, I'm assuming it's a 1st down. But what if it's a 10-yard penalty? So they walk it off from the 30. Yeah, it's going to be first down. It's a 15-yard call. The face mask brings the football down to the 15-yard line. And it's the first down for the Raiders. That's number 8. And now their first trip into the red zone in this game. And it comes with under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. 1:48. Remember, the Raiders are out of timeouts. Coleman with the hand up and up the middle for a gain of 5 or more goes Anderson Scolati. Clock keeps running. It was a gain of 5 down to the 10.
That was led by Kyle Parker.
Actually make it the 9. So it's 2nd down and 4. Line to gain is the 5. Clock running now with 1:14. 13-12. You get the idea. 2nd and 4. Coleman, Jr., under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls, has his pass batted down, and he's a little bit fortunate it wasn't picked off down there. Noah Ori, sophomore, 6'2", 180. I wasn't 6'2", 180 when I was a sophomore in high school. He bats that pass down, incomplete, 3rd down and 4. No score. The Raiders hesitant, let's say, to use their kicking game. So another big play, 3rd and 4. As North Farmington for the first time in this game is knocking on the door. Mill Coleman Jr., the quarterback. Scolati, he's going to score. Is he going to score? I thought he got in. There he did. Touchdown, Raiders. The 5-yard run by Scolati late in the first half.
9-yard touchdown run by number 5.
In the last
Anderson
minute
Scolati.
of the first half, 51 seconds to go in it, as Scolati goes in from 5. Bread and butter up the middle play, and there was the seam. And in he goes. I thought, well, he was getting close to that goal line. I thought he'd gone in, but it was close. But he did. Anderson Scolati opening the scoring here tonight. And Vinnie Lee comes on to attempt the extra point, number 15 out of Coleman's hold, and it's no good.
The extra point attempt is no good, and our score is
So the Raiders will settle for 6.
0.
A lovely drive, started at their own 42-yard line, and down the field they went. A key pickup was 3rd down and 19. And they did on a pass from Coleman Jr. to Vinnie Lee. And they got 20 on that play.
Attention,
Your odds on
How
picking up a
far
3rd and 19 are not good, but they got it.
Win this year's
And then they got another key play down around the 30-yard line. It was going to be on a 3rd and 10 play. There was a face mask against Troy following an incomplete pass. And instead of 4th and 10, it was 1st and 10 because it was a 15-yard face mask penalty. That took the football down to the 15-yard line, and a couple of plays later, the Raiders were in the end zone. 5-yard touchdown run by Scolati.
For your school community.
Raiders 6, no extra point, no good, and Troy no score. You know, I can't honestly tell you. I think this is the first time the Raiders have led this season. I can't tell you that because we were doing the Farmington Ipsy game on opening night while the Raiders were at Groves. They lost the game, but I don't know if North Farmington had a lead at any point in that game. I think they did not. That would make this their first lead of the season. And if they can get through the next 51 seconds, they'll go to the locker room with that lead. Statistically, that's important. Teams that lead at halftime go on to victory just anywhere from 70 to 80% of the time. Those are our situations as the kickoff went into the end zone. So Troy, they've got all 3 times. No, they have 2 timeouts left. They got 2 timeouts. But they got 80 yards of field to traverse in under a minute. Brandenburg, late pressure, trying to run away from it. He throws it out of bounds.
Incomplete pass.
And they threw a flag on that.
On the play.
presumably for grounding. I don't know. I don't know about the quality of that call. He was outside the tackle box, et cetera, but an NFL rule is not always a high school rule. The discussion underway. Well underway, actually. Our referee is the man in the white cap. The guys in the black caps aren't. So it's both a judgment here, and I suppose all calls are, but it's a judgment call plus the proper application / interpretation of the rule itself. At halftime, the Raider marching band and whatever else they may have planned for us here at the half. I think they're calling in, yep, here comes the fourth official. They may be calling in the whole crew. It seems to me from his gesticulating that the referee does not think that's grounding. But he's asking for help. It didn't strike me as grounding. I know he threw it out of bounds, and he was obvious about it. But nevertheless, he was nearing the sideline and nearing the 20, the line of scrimmage, and he got rid of it, and I think that's legal. But we'll wait and see. Here we go. No flag. Yeah, no flag. I think that's the right call. So the down box moves to 2, and it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Troy from their own 20 with 43 seconds left to go. And again, Troy with the 2 timeouts remaining in this half. Raiders lead the football game 6-0 at a 5-yard Anderson-Scolati run. And the whistle blew. There's a difference, you see, between a flag being thrown and a whistle sounding. And it occurred, the whistle, right at the snap. So it'll be some sort of a 5-yard walk-off. And I didn't see the signal, so it could have been any number of
sideline
things.
Interference, that is the second call tonight, so that is a 5-yard penalty.
The PA has let me know. It was a sideline violation against Troy. They had one earlier, and on the second violation, it's a 5-yard penalty. So 2nd down, 15 for Troy from the 15. They'll run the ball just for a couple of yards. I think they're going to just let the clock run, but that's what I think.
Ball was carried by
so it's
Nolan
a block on the carry. Getting a little cooler now as the sun goes down. Across the way beyond that visitor stand, you can see the lovely shade of pink, sort of a penumbra surrounding us in the sky. Again, somebody look that up, see if I've affected proper usage. Jim Sturdy in the truck will let me know. Every time I mispronounce a word, he's on the horn. It's nomenclature. There you see it. Halftime has arrived here at Holland Field. And the North Farmington Raiders on a run by Anderson-Scolati have a 6-0 lead over the visiting team from Troy. So there you have it. It's encouraging to see a team that gave up 68 points last week to shut their opponent out just a week later. It was, when we went to halftime a week ago, remember, Caledonia was going to be on a running clock when the second half began, because not only did they lead by 35, they led by 48 or 49. The memory fails. But a total blowout a week ago, and Coach Herstein's team has responded to that by coming back here tonight and putting on a pretty good, real good defensive performance and a good enough offensive performance for that 6-0 lead. So halftime arrives. The marching band is taking up their positions, and we'll enjoy their performance together. And then we'll be back with the second half of action. So, Raiders 6, Colts no score. We're at the half at North Farmington High. We're so glad to have you with us here on TV 10.
It's halftime at Holland Field with the Spirit of North Raider Marching Band. Tonight we take you back 50 years to the 1970s in the time of Freddie Mercury, John Deacon, Roger Taylor, and Brian May. Drum Major First Class Sarah Monero and Assistant Drum Major James Walby. Is your band ready? Featuring original music and show design by J.R. Trimpe, the Raider Marching Band presents their 2022 season show, We Will Rock You, featuring the music of Queen. the Spirit of North Raider Marching Band. Time to get your 50-50 tickets out. Get your 50-50 tickets out. Hope everyone has their 50-50 tickets out. Tonight's winning number is 898-2520. 898-2520. If you have this ticket, please report to the press box. We may have a winner.
Well, we're back. We're back for the second half. I brought my hat. Let's put it back on. It's 6-0. North Farmington lead over Troy. There we go. And the reason I have this on, this is the first of my busy football weekends for 2022. Just had the one game last couple weeks, right? Friday night football, Friday night high school. Tomorrow, State played last Friday night. So I couldn't be there. But tomorrow, Michigan State, Akron, we'll cover that. And then Sunday, the Lions opener. Sold out standing room kind of deal. We'll see how it turns out. Everybody liked them on Hard Knocks, right? So nice weekend coming up, and it's starting off pretty well here tonight. I said at the outset, let's enjoy this one together, and I think so far we have, right? The Raiders on top, 6-0, scoring late in the first quarter, late in the second quarter, just before halftime, a 5-yard run by Anderson Scalati, and a 6-0 lead. And here in the booth, as beautiful a sight as we have really seen here, looking eastward and just coming up above the trees is a beautiful harvest moon, maybe a blue moon, I'm not even sure. It's just lovely though, full moon tonight, and it's just rising over Holland Field, and it feels, I can't even come up with a word for it. It's beautiful. All right, you'd think I'd be able to come up with a better word than that, but you take my word. And we're just getting ready for the second half. Troy will receive the second half kickoff. The Raider defense, again, they gave up 68. The most points a Raider team has ever given up in a game. They gave up 68 points, and tonight they come back and they've held Troy, an undefeated team. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? Pull back on that bad boy a little. So nice. Anyways, they've gone from allowing 68 and 49 in the first half. Isn't that beautiful? And they've given up, none in the first half here tonight. We'll see if that moon is an omen. Does it portend future success for the Raiders? Who knows, right? Just pure speculation. I got to tell you, it's just got this orangish hue that I think actually you see better. You see, it just looks better, I think, with the naked eye. Not that there's anything wrong with a camera. It's just you need to see this in person. It's that kind of thing. So we've had fun the first 2 weeks of the season with team nicknames, right? The opening week, we had Farmington against the Ypsilanti Lincoln Rail Splitter. So we went into a whole discussion 2 weeks ago about what a rail splitter was, in the course of which I made a couple of mistakes. My brother Matthew Kincaid out in West Hollywood pointed some of them out to me. Actually, he said, you missed, it's not my uncle Vinny, it's my cousin Vinny. So we give him props tonight for no particular reason. And my pal Tom Tepke, I was 90% sure that Lincoln was our 16th president, but it just wasn't 100%. And so I said 15th or 16th to cover either contingency. And there's my buddy Tom. Well, everybody knows he was the 16th. So there we go. Our bid last week to start a correction box, it failed because comments on YouTube were turned off. There's probably a good reason for that. Holy cow, get a load of this guy. And then last week, our discussion of the mascot for Caledonia, the Flying Scots, devolved, that's the only word for it, into a discussion of Bobby Thompson, who is known as the Flying Scot, and his famous home run. The Giants win the pennant, the Giants win the pennant, the Giants win the pennant, and they're going crazy, which then evolved into a discussion of Don DeLitto's book Underworld and its first chapter, published as a novella, which was a beautiful description of that game, part fiction, part truth. And that novella about that particular game was called, wait for it, The Triumph of Death. So that's what we were talking about last week, was Caledonia was like hopelessly in front, 50 to whatever. But tonight, the opponent is the Colts. And what I actually looked it up. What can be said about a Colt? How about those Raider cheerleaders? I was telling you about them, 24 strong, and just they're terrific. And that's not even the whole team or crew. That's like half of them. 20, very impressive group. We're about to have Vinny Lee kick this thing off, start the second half. And I've lost my train of thought. As the audience says, well, thank goodness for that. And that's going to go into the end zone, isn't it? Sure it will. Troy, first and 10 to throw, 20-yard line as the second half begins, 6-0. The Raiders in the lead. That means the Raiders will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter. Moving as they will in the fourth, go right to left. Right now, Troy with the wind as they move from south to north. All football fields, well, except I think the domed ones now, but all football fields that are laid out outdoors are laid out north to south. The presumption being that if there's a wind advantage, the wind typically will blow west to east, and each team will have an equal advantage with the wind. But I'm not sure. That'd be an interesting research project, perhaps for me. Why are football fields laid out north to south? All right. Brandenburg looking to go deep. Van Patrick used to call it the home run ball. It falls incomplete. There's the pass interference flag.
Pass is incomplete, but
Jackson Dawson, the receiver, was run into probably, I think, by the other number 11, Robert Bridges. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty here against North Farmington on the first play of the second half. And you could actually make the case that the contact was inadvertent. The receiver, Dawson, had slowed down to get in position to make the ball, and Bridges ran him over. So after the penalty, 1st and 10, Troy at the 35-yard line. At any rate, a colt in the dictionary is defined as a male horse. Picked off, could be 6. Picked off down there by Will Mallory, and Mallory inside the 10-yard line. Returning that football down near the 5-yard line, about a 37-yard return on the interception by Will Mallory, number 18 for North Farmington. Brandenburg made the throw, and Mallory jumped the route. And his interception sets North Farmington up in the red zone and then some. Now they're going to say his knee was down at the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10 Raiders, not inside the 10 as I thought, but rather at the 18-yard line. Nevertheless, it is in the red zone. This is Taylor, no gain.
Jaden Taylor carried the ball. Tacklers led by Kyle Parker.
Second down and 10. Boy, I'll tell you what. Here's a big something in this football game, a big sequence, a big set of downs for the Raiders as they start in the red zone. And the only reason I say they are clinging to a 6-0 lead is that by definition, if you have a 6-0 lead, you are clinging to it. Less than a one-score game, right? Second down, 18-yard line. Mill Coleman Jr., first started quarterback. Rolling left, forced to his right. Left again, just going to heave it down there deep and out of bounds. He's trying to get it to Bridges. Maybe. I think it was a smart play. He was under some kind of duress back there. Third down, 10 from the 18. As the moon rises here in here at Holland Field in North Farmington, Michigan. My hometown is Farmington. Back when I was a kid, there was no Farmington Hills. It was Farmington Township. And now Farmington, just a small enclave, completely surrounded by Farmington Hills and bordered on the south by Livonia. Barricades are established in case Livonia ever attacks. And Coleman, a little dance move out there on the far sideline, gets decent yardage on the second down play. It was the third down play. That's right. We had a Taylor for no gain, incomplete pass, and the third down play gets that football. Having a little trouble seeing it down to the 12-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 4. Although you see the chain gang across the way, they haven't moved that football up. A field goal attempt here by Lee. It's going to be a 29-yard attempt. Mill Coleman Jr. the holder. Nice snap. Kick is on the way. Good. A 9-0 lead for the Raiders on the 29-yard field goal by Vinnie Lee. So Lee had that huge reception in the second quarter as the Raiders converted a 3rd and 19 to keep their scoring drive alive. And now Lee, the 29-yard field goal. And now it's a 2-score game, right? Raiders 9, Troy no score. The field goal coming with 9:41. So early in the third quarter, 9:41 left in the third. As the Raiders get 3 points off the interception by Will Mallory. And they'll kick the football back to Troy. So they get points off a turnover. That's the most important. I know people are, you wish you got the touchdown. They didn't, but they got something. And this is a close football game, and something might mean everything, right? Lee kicked the extra point, kicks the football off. I don't know if that was touched in the field of play. No. Goes into the end zone. 1st and 10, Troy at the 20.
Vinny's kickoff goes out of the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Troy.
So next week, the old Yule Log game, so named because it used to be the last game of the season when things were getting chilly, late October. But now it's going to come up in week 4 of the season, and we're talking about the Farmington Falcons playing host to the North Farmington Raiders 1 week from tonight at Falcon Field. We're going to have it for you on TV 10. We're going to have it for you at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. That is GMT plus 5. I love being able to say that because on our YouTube channel can be viewed anywhere in the world.
Led by Brendan Rice.
So I love saying that. Who knows? You got somebody flipping around YouTube and, in Europe, wherever, and say, well, what's this? This looks interesting. They're not going to say it sounds interesting. This looks interesting. What is this? I did play-by-play for the last football event at the Pontiac Silverdome, and it was an international competition. Maybe a week before the first event of Super Bowl week was an international football competition. There were teams there from Mexico, Japan, Germany, Spain. I said Mexico, right? Good Raider defense here as the ball killer Nolan blocks brought down. At any rate, it was an international tournament. I had a heck of a time with the names, as you might imagine. But that was right there at the Silverdome, Super Bowl week, 2006. And that was either I signed the booth because it was the last football event at the Silverdome. So many storied announcers. John Madden had worked that booth, and I'm the one that gets to sign it because it was the last event. But I'm wondering also, there was I called a high school football championship game, and it was the last of the championship weekend. Also at the Silverdome, it was the last time the state championship was held at the Silverdome, and I just can't remember if the international tournament or the high school football championship was the last. There's a first down pickup by Troy. Was the last event held at the Silverdome. Just to be safe, I signed the booth that night too. So when they demolished the Silverdome, all right, there were two walls. There's one wall in there, well, two, that had my name on it that I had signed. To me, it's interesting. I may have been the last person ever to call, and I think I am the last person ever to broadcast a game from the Silverdome. And in any event, I was. One of those two things was the last game of the Silverdome. I'm droning on, right? You want me to call the game here tonight, 1st and 10 Troy, and that just put up for grabs, and it's caught down there. And a nice gain on the catch by Jalen Peacock. I think that was Anderson Scalati on coverage.
Martin pass is complete to Jalen Peacock.
There you see Peacock for Troy. So that ball, it had a lot of air under it, let's put it that way. It had a tall arc. But Peacock able to run under it. It's the biggest gain of the night for Troy. And they've got the football 1st down and a 10 in Raider territory. They have not spent a lot of time there tonight, but right now they're at the North Farmington 35-yard line. Shotgun snap to Brandenburg, who hands off. And I'll tell you what, nice power running. There were 3 Raiders there to greet the ball carrier, that being Kyle Parker.
By Kyle Parker.
And still he was able to plunge forward for a pretty solid 3 or 4 yard gain. See, right there, he stood up at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to muscle his way through it. I think maybe the issue there, low man wins in football, and the North Farmington player, although he had a good grasp on the ball carrier, he was up. He was standing up, and therefore was able to be pushed back a little bit. 2nd down, 7 to go. Brandenburg throwing, and it's caught on the near sideline at the Raider bench. By a Raider coach. An incomplete pass. I wanted to make that clear in case the video didn't do it for you. Caught down there at the Raider bench, yeah, but by a Raider coach, it's out of bounds. 2nd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. All right, get that cataract surgery Wednesday, and I'm hoping by next weekend we see better. It's frustrating to me. But we'll just put the binoculars on it the way we always do, and we'll await the snap to Brandenburg, who stomps his foot. Snap was a little bit high. I think that busted the play, and it's going to be a tackle for loss. A sack by Brendan Rice. He shot his gap. I believe that was supposed to be a handoff to Nolan Block, and it wasn't, and they lose on the play, and it's 4th down and 14? 15, actually. The football's on the 40. So, the deepest penetration by Troy tonight ends in that. A blown-up 3rd down play, a loss of 8, 4th and 14 from the 40, and you see the clock is running here tonight at Holland Field. Penoza, the punter, back at his own 45, hits the ball at midfield. That's a good-looking punt, and it's going to be down, I think, inside the 5-yard line, and it is. Right down there at the 2.
Zach Penoza's punt is down by
38 yards on the punt. More importantly, he
1 yard line.
Kicked it such that his cover team was able to down the football at the 2. So the Raiders take over 98 yards away from Pater. I love that shot, don't you? That's the whole deal. Well, except for the home stands. We see the visiting stands on the far side on the east side of the stadium here. You see that scoreboard down at the far end. It's a Friday night. The darkness is taken full effect now here at Holland Field. It's a 9-0 football game. The Raiders leading the Colts. My name's Rich Kincaid. Glad to be with you here in the booth on TV 10. North Farmington looking to snap an 8-game losing streak, which began last season following a 3-0 start by them. A dominant 3-0 start. Raiders have to be careful here at their own goal line, and I'll tell you what, Coleman gets no gain and just did get back out of the end zone. Tackle and a little pat on the head from Troy's Kyle Parker. So next week, it's easy. Upcoming schedule next week, North Farmington at Farmington. Let's look again, see if we can get a Farmington score. They did. Oh, here it is. Third quarter, Farmington 14, Troy Athens 7. Falcons leading at Troy Athens in the third, 14-7. Farmington with an impressive 44-0 road victory. There was contact that's offside. It'll be second down and 5 from the 7-yard line. The Raiders, the Falcons with the impressive 44-0 win at Oak Park a week ago yesterday. They played a lot of games last week on Thursday due to the Labor Day holiday. The Raiders played their game on Friday night. That's when I started talking to Coach Herstein, I had in my hand the flip card that I used for that game. And he said, "What's that, your call sheet?" And I said, "No, it's the rosters I used for last week. We should burn it." And he chuckled and said, "That's not a bad idea." Not quite going to pick up the first on this carry out to near the 10-yard line.
Jaden Taylor carried the ball. Tackler was led by Marcus Coles.
They said Taylor on the carry. I guess I'll go with that. But I thought maybe it was number 3, Quinn Parpart. And there goes a flag.
There's a flag on the play.
So this is an important flag. It's a dead ball situation. Was Troy mouthing off down there in some fashion? Because the Raiders certainly seemed pleased when they saw that flag go in the air. And it is going to be a walk-off. So it's an unsportsmanlike penalty against Troy. That's a 15-yarder. And does that change the complexion a little bit? Because instead of fourth down at their 10,
Raiders first down.
It's now a Raider first down at the 25. So, yeah, that's a huge play. A huge play. 3:49 and the clock running. 3:45 left to go now in the third quarter. It's a 9-0 football game. The North Farmington Raiders have the 9. Coleman handing it off up the middle for minimal gain. Call it a 3-yard pickup. Good second effort by the ball carrier Anderson Sculati. He has scored the only touchdown of the football game tonight. It came in the final minute of the first half, a 5-yard burst up the middle by Sculati, and that and a 19-yard field goal by Lee account for the Raider points here tonight. Troy doesn't have any points. 9-0. North Farmington looking to win their first game since September 10th last year. A year ago tomorrow was the last time North Farmington won a game. It's hard to believe, actually. Sculati looking to bounce it up outside, broke one tackle and broke two. Brought down by Kyle Parker and Ray Mazruco. But a good effort. Looked like, we'll take a look at it here. Watch number 11 for Troy. Jackson Dawson is going to get to him. Looks like he's going to get him in the backfield right there. But a nice job by Sculati to shed him. And ultimately it's number 5, Jalen Peacock, who made that tackle. So third and a couple. Line to gains, maybe 3rd and 1 officially. The ball's on the 34. And the line to gain is the 35. They pitch it this time. Is that Turner? He got smacked, but he got the first down. Yeah, that's the Taylor, not Turner. Taylor. I'm sorry, Jalen. I'm sorry again. I'm sorry, Jade. Jaden Taylor with the first down carry, and a nice one it was. He paid the price at the end. He really took a shot. But not until after he had achieved the line to gain. 3 yards when they needed 1. 1st and 10 Raiders, and that football's at the 39-yard line. Make it the 38. I formation here with 2 tight ends to the right of Milt Coleman Jr. and spilled near the line of scrimmage with P.J. Gardner. Give him a gain of 2. The Raiders in the home dark brown uniforms. The white helmets. It's a classic look with the numbers on the side of the helmet, on one side of the helmet, and the logo on the other. The big logo on the field, on Ron Howland Field, stretching from the 40 to the 40. You see it there, but not fully. It's a big logo. Coleman. Hand off, and a nice little gain here. Is that 6 Gardner? It is. And he's close. I want to see this spot. Because I thought he was, well, I'm not even sure. Yeah, I thought he made it out to about the 46, 47 yard line. They'll mark it at the 46. So third down and, well, the box says second down. I think it's third. Nope, second it is. Second and 3. Oh, they changed the down box on me. It's 3rd and 2. There we go. Thanks, guys. Quarter's going to end. 3rd and 2 facing the Raiders as they look to keep alive a drive that began at their own 2-yard line and which would have ended were it not for an unsportsmanlike penalty on Troy, which turned to 4th and 1 or 4th and a couple at the 10-yard line for the Raiders, 4th and 2 at their own 10, into a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Contact their team of trained, friendly professionals.
Coach Herstein. Is that Coach Herstein? It might be another guy. Talking with the number 66, Michael Reddick.
Inquire today for all of your vehicle
As you see the Raiders moving slowly down to the other 30-yard line and a big third down play up and coming here at Holland Field. If you can make out that score, it's 9-0 Raiders after 3. Just a lovely night as we've been commenting on. To me, this is the ideal night for high school football. It always works this way. You know, year after year, you come in the first couple of weeks, and you're like Cool Hand Luke spending the night in the box. Gets so hot in these press boxes, but here we are, week 3, and it's ideal. The temperature during the daytime was up into the low 80s. Not a cloud in the sky all day long here in Farmington Hills. Beautiful, perfect. And now the sun's gone down. It's getting a little chillier. And it always stuns me, all of the 15 years I've been here with you, how fast we get into late October and how fast this whole thing comes to an end. And by the end, right, you got your winter coat on, you got a hat. You'd wear gloves if you could. Maybe you can't, though. You got to write stuff down. But here we are in the shank of the season, right? Week number 3, and the Raiders facing 3rd down and 2, looking to keep the drive alive. They're at their own 46-yard line, all first down and more into Troy territory, and the carry by P.J. Gardner.
Carried by P.J. Gardner.
How about that? 1st and 10 Raiders, so they start at their 2, and now they're after that 6-yard carry, they're in Troy territory down at the 48-yard line. So that's 50 yards on the drive so far, assisted, of course, by the unsportsmanlike, foolish penalty against Troy there, because Farmington was in a punt situation, no doubt about it. Although the Raiders, North Farmington was in a punt situation. Although in that second quarter, they did go for it on 4th down and short from their own 15-yard line. But you got to assume they would have been punting on 4th and 2 from the 10. Nice little run here. A pickup of 7 or 8 yards by Jaden Taylor, the senior running back.
By Jaden Taylor, tackled by Nick Friesen.
He'll take a break. The Raiders do have options at running back. We've seen that tonight. We've seen Quinn Parpart carry the ball. Taylor with the bulk of the carries. Anderson Scalati with the touchdown run. P.J. Gardner's got carries tonight. 2nd and 2 from the 40, from the Troy 40-yard line as we go to the 4th quarter. 9-0 Raiders. And that should have first down yardage written all over it. P.J. Gardner. Yeah, see, we told you he's carried the ball some, and I think he just got a first down here, but it's close. He's down to the 38, which is the line to gain, and they're going to say he's short of it. Actually, they're going to say he's down at the 39. That'll bring up 3rd and a yard. So we're in the 4th quarter now.
3rd down and short for the Raiders.
And it's 3rd and a yard. Student section here tonight at Holland Field. A quick hitter up the middle. That will pick up the first down. And it's Anderson Scolati who's had a few big carries for the Raiders tonight, including the touchdown. And he'll grab a couple of yards there, and that's good enough for the first down.
First down.
9-0 North Farmington in the lead. Rich Kincaid here with you tonight from Holland Field, and a terrific TV10 crew making it happen. All I got to do is talk. And I do. 1st and 10, Raiders. Football's at the Troy Colt 35-yard line. A bunched up formation, a late handoff, and it's fumbled down there. Troy's got it, I think. Well, they say they've got it. I'm not sure. No, it was recovered by the Raiders. The official signaling 2nd down. It was recovered. I'm trying to pick up the number. I thought it was 57. No, 16. Recovered down there by Duke Blanche, number 16, the sophomore.
No gain on the carry. It was 2nd down for the Raiders.
So, no gain on the play, and a break for North Farmington. Clearly, that ball came out. Did we show the replay already? Because I'm pretty sure that thing came out. I was darn sure in real time it came out. Let's keep an eye. Let's watch. There it is. Oh, yeah, of course it did. Yeah, and Blanche was there to recover. It was the handoff to Scolati that went awry. And so that's a big-time play right there. So they're still leading 9-0. They still have possession, 2nd down and 10 from the 35. And a bit of time here. And the timeout's going to be called by the Raiders. They were a little discombobulated, as it were. So a 9-0 game. It has been a good one tonight. We have been enjoying it together here on TV 10.
Join the North Farmington PTA.
We're in the 4th quarter.
Please join by 11:59 p.m. on September 14th.
And 8:35 remain in it.
Our battle versus the
as the Raiders
we play next Friday night
battle to win their first football game in a calendar year. Last victory a year ago tomorrow. And an impressive victory it was. Remember the Raiders last year. They started off 3-0. And the third of they scored 40 points in each of the wins. The third of which was a 44-whatever win. You know, I could look it up. We did mention the Falcons, Farmington Falcons, are leading at Athens 14-7 in the third. Real quick, let's take a look and see if we can update that score for you. Bear with, no, still the same score, 14-7 in the third quarter. I just want to go back, if I've got time, and I do because the Raiders are not back on the field. I just want to go back and look at North Farmington's start last year. Yeah, they beat Farmington 49-6. Beat Lake Orion 44-22. I remember that game on TV 10. It was a more of a whopping. The score indicated some late touchdowns by Lake Orion there. They beat Gross 49-0. So they're 3-0 with those kind of numbers, and they don't win again. It's an enigma. Coleman Jr. on the carry loses.
Coleman brought down by Ray Mazriku.
It is an enigma, perhaps not as great an enigma as the device that was defeated by Benjamin Cumberbatch in that movie, the name of which I can't remember. Pretty good movie. It was about how the British intelligence was able to defeat the Enigma machine, the code machine that the Germans were using to great effect. That's imitation game, says the truck. And they're right. That's a pretty good movie. I'd recommend. It's like 4 guys and a girl, and they got together and they solved this thing. But the leading guy, Benjamin Cumberbatch, played by, he was the main force to get this thing done. He was sort of like a Sheldon Cooper in the Big Bang Theory. He was sort of like Sheldon Cooper, but without the social graces. Which, see, there would be the joke, because the point of Sheldon Cooper in that series is he has no social graces. So we've got a penalty here, and the clock restarts. 3rd down and long now for the Raiders, who have to get the football to the 25, and they will scrimmage from the 43. So that's the 3rd and 18 now. Coleman alone in the backfield. Left-handed throw. He had his man down. It may have been tipped at the last moment. He had 1st down yardage on the throw to Quinn Parpart, and it may have gone off a fingertip. Boy, that was pretty close. Remember earlier they converted, the Raiders did, a 3rd down 19, and they almost converted a 3rd and 17 here. In the background, you see the clock. You see the scoreboard. Raiders 9, Troy no score, 7-12. That's what's left in this football game is Vinny Lee is on to kick. And it goes into the end zone, unfortunately for Lee. He wanted a 37-yard punt right there, but he got the full 38, and into the end zone it goes. So Troy will begin this possession. You see the clock. Shouldn't be running, though. It shouldn't be running. It's a change of possession, etc. Wonder why the clock's running. It's 1st down Troy at their own 20. It's a change of possession. We're not in a running clock situation. It's not a 35-point difference in this game. It's a 9-point difference. Raider defense, obviously, you see that Troy hasn't scored tonight. Obviously, the Raider defense keeping them in check. Brandenburg dumps it off into the flat, and this play's not going to gain much yardage at all.
Parker Brandenburg's pass was
Nolan Block caught it, but he had nowhere to go. Forced out of bounds.
Tackled by Trey Thomas. There's a flag on the play.
PA says there's a flag on them. There it is, way across the way, just a foot or so inbounds out there at the 20-yard line. And I think we have a shaken up player as well. And I'm pretty sure it's number 9, Corey Woods. If it's not, it's number 8, Milt Coleman Jr. So we're going to take a moment here. And let's see if we can see who it is on the replay who got hurt.
Out on the field.
Oh, it cut out on me just at the last moment there, so I can't tell you. Face mask on the tackle, and the Raider player who was down has gotten back up. So that'll be a 1st down for Troy out beyond the 35, well, right at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Troy, following the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 Troy at their own 35-yard line as we're down to 6.5 to go here in the football game. 6:32 if you want to be a stickler about it. Well, why wouldn't you? We count those seconds. 6:32. Or 392 if you just want to take the seconds. Brandenburg maybe changing the play, maybe faking changing the play. He's got a bit of time, but he's running out of it now, and he's running out of the pocket. He gets it away at the last moment and threw it at the feet of Darius Whiteside II, one of the co-captains for Troy. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, Troy at their own 35. We're all Excited about being at Falcon Field 1 week from tonight for North Farmington at Farmington. A game in which the Raiders hold a huge series lead, but a game in which there's always a chance for the upset. It's not unlike any rivalry game. Michigan State, you never look at the record. Incomplete on the far side, passed by Brandenburg. Right? There are upsets all the time in Michigan, in the Michigan State series. There are upsets in this local backyard brawl. I should see what the heck. We got a Raider down. So we'll take another break. Trying to identify who it is, and it looks like they're working on the calf, so that's almost always a cramp situation. So, yeah, it's a single-digit guy. I hope if it's number 5, that's Anderson Scolati, who's played a terrific game for the Raiders tonight. So we hope it's not him. We would hope ideally it wasn't anybody, but there is an injured player down there on the field. So our TV10 crew tonight. Going to move in. Amara, Sanvi, Anya, Brooke, Donald, Sean's, Hank and Jaden, William, Emily, Nathan. Back in studio, Jim Sturdy and Sean McGuckin. And my name is Rich Kincaid. How about that? Well, we said tonight we'd sit down and enjoy this one together. And we have. Raiders with a 2-score lead, 9-0. As I got to look out. Sorry. There we go. 6:17 left to go here in the football game on I think, an ideal night for high school football. It's cooled down a little bit, but very comfortable. I'm wearing the right. I got the Spartan shirt on. You know, I got the Spartan hat on, right? Going to Michigan State Akron tomorrow. That's a tough one. It's one of those games where, as is Hawaii at Michigan, where only bad things can happen if you get upset. If you're Michigan State or Michigan, if you lose that game, you get upset. You know, you're a heavy favorite, so only bad things can happen there. And then if you don't win by 40, and they're saying, well, what's wrong with your team? So we'll be there tomorrow. Looking forward to our first Michigan State game of the season. And on Sunday, Sean McGuckin and I will be traveling in style, he says, to the Lions opener against Philadelphia. Sean and I are at all of those games. And we'll start to see, you know, I've been a Lions. The Lions have actually won a championship in my lifetime. I was 2, but it was within my lifetime. And every year you find yourself, you know, yeah, they'll be decent. Yeah, they'll be. Hey, was Scolati injured? And then generally something happens in the first half that goes against the Lions. Good to see Scolati walking with full power. It tells me, not a doctor, it may in fact have been a cramp. But then something happens in the first half, and you go, they fooled me again. About a gain of 5 here on 3rd down and 10 for Troy. That was Nolan Block carrying number 24. So it's a 4th and 5.
Tackled by Artero Wilson.
Fourth down and 5, and they are going for it. Brandenburg in the gun. Oh, they drew the Raiders off. They drew the Raiders offside, I believe, and that's going to be just, if that's what happened, it's going to be just enough yardage for a first down for Troy.
He's on the Raiders.
Yep, they jumped. So I can't hear. I don't know if it was a cadence, you know, the way the quarterback said the cadence, barked out the signals, or something else, but it's just enough for a first down out to the Troy 46. It's first down, and the official, I think they're talking, because there is such a thing as an illegal cadence. But I have no idea if that's what the issue is here right now. They have already walked off the penalty, and you very rarely see them walk it back. Boy, there's Troy again. They've had 2 sideline violations. This is the first down signal. They've had 2 sideline violations so far tonight, and everyone after the first is a 5-yard penalty. And I saw some Troy feet on the field there that I think maybe shouldn't have been there. I don't think maybe. I think they shouldn't have been there. I try to avoid the use of the word maybe because I hear it way too often in post-game pressers, and it drives me nuts. Do you think maybe? You're 30 games under 500 because you're not very good? I ask him that question. Brandenburg caught across the way and a gain of about 4 on the play on the reception by Nolan Block.
Complete to Nolan Block.
So what we do now is we watch that clock, and we are down to 5 minutes. Mark, 5 minutes left to go in this football game, and now 4 minutes and something. At a 2-score game, a 2-score lead for the Falcons. Sorry, guys, I apologize. 2-score game for the Raiders. Brandenburg going with a home run ball again, and it's broken up down there. Would have been out of bounds anyway. But back on coverage, Corey Woods, number 9, broke it up. He stayed right with him.
Pass was broken up by Corey Woods.
So it's 3rd down, 6, with the ball at midfield. 3rd down and 6. I think the reason I've said Farmington a couple of times is we've arrived at the point in the evening where I get a little tired. I'm working on it, right? I'm trying to get younger. So that's all the official is down across the way. So we'll break for that. He got tangled up in the last play, and he's back on his feet now. So here we go. 3rd down, 6. Raiders 9, Troy no score. Pressure coming for Brandenburg. And he throws it out of bounds. And I think he was past the line of scrimmage when he passed it. I think that's an illegal forward pass, and there is a flag on the near side on the Raider side at the 50-yard line. I believe he was beyond the line of scrimmage. That's loss of down. So we'll get so it'll be 4th down and 6. Yeah. Illegal forward pass. And it's 4th down, and they walk it. Let me check that to be sure, because they walk it off 5 yards to the 46, 4th and 10 for the Colts. So the ball game right here, I think, right? We're down to 4:37 to play, and the Raiders get the ball back, and they get a first down or 2. They can let the air out of this one. But Troy, 4th down and 10. They could convert it. So you never want to get ahead of yourself. I, for one, believe in the broadcaster's jinx. You may say I'm crazy, but I believe in it. Pressure coming. Brandenburg on the run, throwing incomplete. A lot of contact down inside the 40-yard line. There is no flag.
That'll be a turnover on down.
So
1st and 10.
Raiders will take over 1st and 10 after the Colts fail to convert. Let's watch the far sideline here. A lot of contact. Number 9 for the Raiders is Corey Woods, and he's down there. And I don't know. You may say that the pass was uncatchable. I mean, Troy really wanted the interference call. Of course they would, because that may have been their last shot right there. So another out of that collision, that pile up across the way, another injured player. And we're seeing this. We've seen injuries now, 3 or 4 of them, including an official, in the last 5 plays. And it may not be a case just of me getting tired here in the booth. Maybe guys are dehydrating a little bit down on the field. Just speculating. How about 1 week from tonight? Okay, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Love saying that. Because, again, you can see us anywhere. 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time It'll be the Raiders on the road to take on the Falcons. That's right, North Farmington at Farmington. The venue is Falcon Field, and our whole TV10 crew will be there to bring that one to you. We're excited about it already. We're violating the 24-hour rule where you enjoy a win for 24 hours or you grieve over a loss for 24 hours. But we're already looking forward to the football game next week. Now, we checked last time we looked. The score was Farmington 14 and Troy Athens 7. And bear with me here. I'm going to look this score up. That's Jaden Taylor, who was he looks good now walking off. So it may have, who knows? He looks okay as he's guided to the near sideline by the training staff. There we go. Gets a smattering of applause from the home crowd. You should do better than that, home crowd. Come on now. Farmington 21, Troy Athens 7. That's a fresh score. They're going to the fourth quarter at Athens. So if the Falcons hold on to the fourth quarter there, they'll be a 2-1 team and will have won consecutive games.
Tackle by Ray.
Timeout called by Troy after the first down play went for not much of a gain. 2 yards, 2nd and 8. There you go. Forward progress on that one, right? So Athens, this is their first time out of the second half. And Coach Herstein hoping for that, that first win for his team since September 10th of last year. So they started 3-0, and they have not won a game since. See what, if anything, we have in our notes here. So Coach Herstein's first season was 2019. They went 9-1. Remember, they lost to UD Jesuit in the opening round of the playoffs that year. Heck of a game. The next year, a 7-3 team. Again, a playoff qualifier. Then last year, 3-6 after the 6-game losing streak following the 3-0 start. And 0-2 this year. So his record has gone from 19-4 at the start to 19-12 tonight. Coleman Jr. got a lot on that throw, and again, it's broken up at the last moment. Oh, my goodness. Looked like Quinn Parpart had the opportunity, but Darius Whiteside, number 2. Whiteside the second is what I mean to say. He broke it up. But I like this, don't you? Like this arm strength by Mill Coleman Jr. And then he's throwing across his body, right? He wasn't able to step into that throw. And I'll tell you what, just at the last moment that was broken up. 3rd down, clock stops on the incompletion, 3rd and 8. Coleman, number 8, his first start at quarterback. Jogs back to the huddle. We're down to 4:11 left on the clock. So the Raiders are not taking. There was a timeout after the first play, an incomplete pass there. So the Raiders at this point in this possession have only taken about 25 seconds or thereabouts off the clock. And now they're having an issue with who's supposed to be positioned where. They seem to have solved that. And a late handoff up the middle for a first down by Anderson Scolati.
Ball carrier number 5, Anderson Scolati.
Who, if we were picking one, would be our offensive player of the game tonight for the Raiders. Scored the game's only touchdown, and right there on 3rd down and 8, he goes for 9 right up the gut, power running. And a first down for the Raiders and the opportunity to burn more clock. 2 timeouts left for Athens. We're not playing Athens. 2 timeouts left for Troy. Troy Athens on my mind because they are hosting Farmington tonight. And the Falcons lead them 21-7. That's in the 4th quarter. So both teams, Farmington and North Farmington, hoping to head into the showdown off a win. And the Raiders are looking good tonight. Pick up 3 on first down, second down, 7 to go, and a little dead ball shoving. Troy calls the timeout. We're down under 3.5 to go in this one. 3:27 remaining. So how about this would be look-upable. I bet it hasn't happened very often. And again, I don't want to put the hex on the guys, but it is a fact. How many times could it possibly have happened that a team would give up 68 points one night and then 1 week later, 7 days later, shut out an opponent? But that's what the Raiders, that's what they're bidding to do tonight, and that's what they are on the cusp of doing tonight. Coach Herstein, bearded. Is that a word? Can one be bearded? He is bearded. You had a chance to talk to him before. We may just make that a regular feature if things turn out the way the Raiders want them to tonight. Talk to Coach Harrington and Coach Herstein down on the field before the game. After I was almost denied entry by the ticket taker who doesn't know who I am. How could that possibly be? Come on, guys. I know. Nice little carry on first down by Mill Coleman Jr. Or Gardner, I'm sorry, Gardner. And Athens calls their third and final timeout. That was number 6, P.J. Gardner on that carry, and got good, solid yardage out of it. It's going to be third and a couple. Football's down to the 27-yard line. The line to gain's the 25. But I asked the coach, what do you say to your team? And I said I'm asking this just so I can better convey it to our audience. But when you're down 49-0, like you were last week against Caledonia at the half, what do you say to your team in the locker room? And he said, you tell them to keep playing. We're here to play a game. We're here to do this job, and we're going to keep doing it. All right? No hanging of the heads. I mean, it was a mismatch last week. But here tonight against Troy, it's a match, and it's 9-0. Coleman's going to keep it. Coleman Jr. looking for a seam, finds a little hole, and gets the first down, the all-important first down, down to the 24-yard line. And that's going to wrap it up here, I think, because Athens can't stop the clock. We're down to 3 minutes. 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Raiders first down.
So can the Raiders, well, I guess they couldn't run 3 plays and run out the clock. You have 30 seconds between plays, 40. But another first down certainly will do it. This is a big step in that direction as you see the clock running here at Holland Field. And they take a look at Mill Coleman Jr., the son of Mill the Thrill Coleman. Hard to believe for me, he's already a junior. Well, we've seen a lot of kids come through the respective programs over the last decade and a half, haven't we?
Anderson
nice little Scalati for a couple of yards on first down. And remember, Troy can't stop the clock now.
Flag on the play.
But a flag will, and there's a flag in the defensive backfield of Troy. And it's not looking good as the Raiders walk the wrong way. It's a personal foul, too. So that's a 15-yard walk-off. It's a spot foul. I don't just yet know where the spot is. Bear with me. We'll get this sorted out. It looks like the line of scrimmage will be the 35 or the 36, and it's actually the 34. They fooled me all the way around. So the line to gain is the the 14. So they have 20 yards to pick up here. First, second down, and 20. We're down under 2 minutes, 1:59 remaining. North Farmington 9, Troy no score. been a reasonably fast-paced game. We kicked off about 2 hours and 10 minutes ago. I'm not sure why we have a delay here right now, though. Unless that was a first down play, which I kind of think maybe it was. In which case it'd be 1st and 20. Let's look at the scoreboard. It says 2nd and 20. So it is 2nd down. The clock is restarted now. 1:50 left to go. Yeah, you hear somebody in the, I don't know if you heard it at home, but down below me in the stands, somebody yelled, "Let's go." And we're all for that. There you see it, the clock's running. I don't know how much time is left on the play clock, though, because we don't have one that we can see. That's kept down on the field. 2nd down 20. That's not the important feature right now. The important feature is time remaining.
Timeout call by the Raiders.
And the Raiders use their first time out of the second half at the 1:17 mark. So they bled as much clock as they could, call the timeout. Raiders can't, so 2 running plays really ought to about do it here. I presume Coach Herstein right now is saying don't fumble the ball. Ball security, et cetera, et cetera. Hang on tight. Number 5 there, Anderson Scalati. A big night for the Raiders tonight for him, and a pretty big night for the guy right next to him, number 8, Mill Coleman Jr. At quarterback, he's normally the slot back. He's at quarterback here tonight with the injury to the starter Thomas Valzovich. And here we go. 2nd and 20. Coleman will take a knee.
Bill Coleman takes a knee.
Wants the crowd to cheer. They're going to have to snap it again. And 1 minute remaining here in the 4th quarter. The Raiders are 1 minute away from giving up 68 points one week and none the next. That's got to be some kind of a story. So that's quite unbelievable. Victory formation. They want to run it down under 30, I believe. They've got it. Yeah. So there's the knee, and the Raiders have done it. The Raiders have done it. The Colts walk off the field to the far side, and the Raiders, a bit jubilant, as you might expect, have won their first game in 1 day less than a year's time. Last win prior to tonight, September 10th of 2021, and here tonight, September 9th, 2022, the Raiders finally pick up another victory. They get the shutout. They gave up 68 points last Friday night here on TV 10, and had a Van out that night. And here tonight, a good football game. The Raiders get a touchdown run from Sculati, who had a nice game. Anderson Sculati, the running back, number 5. That came late in the half, and then late in the 3rd quarter, Vinnie Lee with a 29-yard field goal. That was all the scoring in the football game, as the Raiders are victorious again. Again, in the sense that it's been a long time since they won a football game. 1 day shy of a year, but they win it tonight. They beat Troy by that final score of 9-0, and now we set our sights on the big rivalry game, the annual clash between North Farmington and Farmington. both teams could come in off a win. The Raiders certainly will. They've defeated Troy here tonight 9-0, and the Falcons are on the road at Troy Athens, and they are leading that football game 21-7. It is in the fourth quarter. Great job by our TV10 crew tonight. I've really enjoyed working with them, really enjoyed being here, really enjoyed being with you. So, once again, your final score, the North Farmington Raiders 9, the Troy Colts no score. I'm Rich Kincaid. Night, night, I love you, Jeannie. Good night, everybody.